Okay, I'm gonna restart this video. So I haven't made a video in a while because I haven't had any dreams in a while. So I'm gonna go ahead and post this dream that I had last night, early this morning, and let me know if you have any interpretation for it or anything like that, because I had a really great dream. Okay, dream from the Lord: earthquake, sky, torture, and Jesus coming back. First thing that I remember in my dream is being in my kitchen at my computer, and I was talking to some friends that I remember. Then I remember just being on my knees. All of a sudden I was just on my knees next to my computer. And then I felt an earthquake while I was on my knees next to my computer. And my little girl and some friends were playing outside at the same time that this happened. And I looked up, and I looked out and looked at the sky, and I saw one side was dark and one side was not dark. It was like colored. And I forgot what we called it. We called it hum something. And that didn't last long though, or like a rainbow was. But no, that didn't last long. After a while, it just completely like turned dark. And I was talking to some friends online still, and they told me it was happening there as well, not just in one spot. And then I saw that someone was staying with us, and I remember I threw a blanket at them as they were sitting on their chair. And they said they didn't need the blanket, they didn't want it, and all that. And I was like, don't you know about Michigan? And I also knew something else was coming that was going to be bigger, so I was like, you need this blanket, you need to keep it with you, you need this blanket, pretty much. Then somehow we were outside again, so I remember, and we were trying to hide in this ditch or this embankment, not far from our apartment, but we couldn't, because then we ended up being like this, and we ended up seeing at the same time like 4 or 5 police cars, and they came to arrest us, and they took us in. At the same time that they did this, I remembered, or we had found out about the fact that they took us in because it was martial law. So they just came and took us. And they took us to a place that they, I don't know, it was a really odd looking place. It looked like it was a half airport style and a half church style. And I had my Bible with me at the same time. And I remember as soon as we got there, I was telling people, I'm like, don't take this and do this instead. Everybody that passed by would stop and I would tell them, don't take this, do this instead. And as I had my Bible with me, then I saw my husband on the other side and my cousin on the other side, and I stood in this area where it was like a hallway area. And I remember the people had made us pick out our own torture devices, or what they would use on us to torture us with, is what they did. And so my husband and my cousin were standing in line in this hallway, waiting pretty much to be taken in to be tortured. And so, yeah, so like torturers. And we're in a line in the hallway. As I was watching, or waiting, as I was waiting for my turn, I sat down and what looked like a pew, and I told this other person that was still sitting down waiting for their turn as well. I remember telling them John 14:6. If you're not sure what that verse is, it's where Jesus says, I am the way, the truth, and the life. No one comes to the Father except through me. And I remember telling them that. And then I was called, and I had to be getting ready to get tortured, pick up my torture device, all that stuff. And I was just, the whole time I was doing it, I was like, dear Lord, help me, you know. I was just praying the whole time. I remember saying to myself, I'm like, I need to do Bible verses, you know. I sing these Bible verses out loud as this was happening. And as we were all waiting in line to be tortured and everything, all of a sudden, something really big happened as we were all in this place. That something big was a ginormous earthquake. All I remember feeling is it was like really big, like everything shook. Not one place didn't shake. And then I remember everybody, and not just one person, everybody around this world, and even this place, everybody just turned right to the right, and they looked over, and all they could see was Jesus coming. Everybody saw Jesus coming. He was on his white horse as he was coming. He was coming on his white horse, and it was almost like a movie. Like, everybody could feel it, and it was almost like the heavens were rolled back, like a scroll. So everybody could feel this when he came back, like, not just earthquake, but like a rumbling feeling, and an excited feeling. And everybody was just jumping up, and they were clapping, and they were cheering, and they were happy, and I remember this. I remember Jesus got off his horse, and he probably went like this, to get us, or to grab us, take us with him, is what he did. I also normally do not post this either about, the skin color and things like that, because it just don't matter to me, because Jesus is God no matter what. But in this dream particularly, I specifically saw Jesus as having tan skin, or tannish skin. And he had blue eyes, which is normally what I see him have. His blue ocean eyes. But I just wanted to go ahead and post this up, and I didn't know if anybody wanted to, interpret it, discern it, or whatever. But this was quite awesome. I haven't had a dream in like a long time, and just pray over this. And I love you all. And oh yeah, this, it's not like one person did not feel like everybody felt it. Everybody did. And this was like, people were like really excited at the same time. Some people were scared. And alright, so I'm going to go ahead and post this. I love you all. Bye bye.